India-China border tensions, Army Chief General M.M. Narawane arrives in Ladakh today. Prime Minister Modi to deliver keynote address at 3rd Leadership Summit of U.S ISPF today. Rajnath Singh arrives in Russia to attend a Shanghai Cooperation Organization Defense Ministers meet. COVID-19 spike continues across the country. Recovery rate improves to 77.09%. And government ready to reply to unstarred questions during monsoon session of Parliament. Government has spoken to all opposition parties for not holding question hour. Good evening viewers, welcome to the Notice News Bulletin. This is Jolly Khoikia Gogoi with the news in detail. Army Chief General M.M. Narawane has arrived in Ladakh this morning and he will be in Ladakh for 2 days. General Narawane reached Leh in the backdrop of latest skirmish at south bank of Pangong So in eastern Ladakh. On the intervening night of 29 and 30th August, Indian Army has preempted the PLA efforts to intrude. After the incident, brigadier level talks were held from 31st August for 3 days at Chuchul border. Efforts are underway to resolve the issues and restore the peace in eastern Ladakh region. In this backdrop, the visit of Army Chief General M.M. Narawane is seen as a key development. Immediately after arrival, General Narawane proceeded to the forward post. He will personally interact with the forces in the posts and review the operational preparedness. Later, the General will be briefed at Fire and Fury headquarters in Leh. GOC of 14 Corps Lieutenant General Harinder Singh accompanied the Army Chief to forward posts. The government has blocked 118 mobile apps including PUBG which are prejudicial to sovereignty and integrity of India, defence of India, security of state and public order. The move will safeguard the interests of crores of Indian mobile and internet users. The decision is a targeted move to ensure safety, security and sovereignty of Indian cyberspace. The 118 banned mobile apps include PUBG, Mobile Nordic Map, Livik, PUBG Mobile Lite, WeChat Work, WeChat Reading, Cyber Hunter, Life After and Warpath. The decision to ban such apps was taken by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology as it has received many complaints from various sources including several reports about misuse of some mobile apps available on Android and iOS platforms for stealing and surreptitiously transmitting users' data in an unauthorized manner to servers which have locations outside India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will deliver the keynote address at the 3rd Leadership Summit of U.S India Strategic and Partnership Forum, U.S ISPF, today. U.S Vice President Mike Pence addressed the summit on Monday. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal have also addressed the summit earlier this week. The summit, titled U.S India Week Navigating New Challenges, highlight areas of Indo-US bilateral cooperation including in trade and investment, strategic energy ties, collaboration in fintech, healthcare, technology and India's position in global supply chains. The theme covers various subjects such as India's potential in becoming a global manufacturing hub, opportunities in India's gas market, ease of doing business to attract FDI in India, common opportunities and challenges in tech space, Indo-Pacific economic issues, innovation in public health and others. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has reached Russia to attend the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Defence Ministers meet. The defence ministers of all 8 SCO member nations are expected to deliberate on regional security challenges like terrorism and extremism and ways to deal with them collectively in Moscow tomorrow. Singh is visiting Moscow at the invitation of Russian Defence Minister General Sergei Shoigu. During his 3-day visit, Singh will also take part in the meeting of Collective Security Treaty Organization and Commonwealth of Independent States. The defense minister said in a tweet that he will be meeting his Russian counterpart General Shoigu to discuss bilateral cooperation and issues of mutual interest. He said India and Russia are privileged strategic partners and he is looking forward to further this partnership during the visit. In northeastern states, there is no let-up in COVID-19 positive situation. All states of the region have witnessed new COVID cases on Thursday. The number of corona positive patients in Arunachal Pradesh rose to 4,360, among whom 3,075 people have recovered and 7 people have lost their lives. In Manipur, the number rose to 6,507, of whom 4,607 have recovered and 29 have fallen to the disease. In Meghalaya, the number rose to 2,517, of whom 1,318 have recovered. The COVID death toll in Meghalaya rose to 13. Mizoram counted a total of 1,020 corona positive cases, among whom 661 have recovered. Nagaland counted a total number of 4,017 with 3,223 recoveries. The COVID death toll in Nagaland is still 9. In Sikkim, the COVID positive cases rose to 1,704 with 1,269 recoveries. The COVID death toll in Sikkim rose to 4. In Tripura, 13,292 people were found positive with 8,033 recoveries. The COVID death toll in Tripura rose to 126 with death of 8 more COVID patients on Wednesday. In Assam, Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma in a tweet said the total number of active COVID-19 patients in the state now stands at 26,227, whereas 88,726 patients have recovered so far. With death of 8 more COVID-19 patients on Wednesday, the death toll has gone up to 323 in the state. The health minister visited Guwahati Medical College Hospital COVID-19 Center on Thursday to review rapid antigen testing practices. 68,584 COVID patients recovered in the last 24 hours in the country, registering highest single-day recovery till date. The overall recovery rate has also maintained its upward trend and has now reached an impressive 77.09%. Health Ministry has said the constant increase in recoveries have ensured that the actual case load of the country has reduced and currently comprises only 21.16% of the total positive cases. The ministry said the number of recovered patients has grown over 4 times from the first week of July to the first week of September 2020. India achieved the milestone of conducting highest number of COVID tests by testing over 11,72,000 samples in the last 24 hours. Presently, the total number of active corona cases in the country is 8,15,538. In the last 24 hours, 1,043 deaths have been reported, taking the death toll to 67,376. The novel coronavirus has affected 2,61,98,260 people across the globe till date. The death toll rose to 8,67,757. 1,84,58,584 people have recovered till date. The total number of COVID-19 positive cases in USA rose to 62,90,737. Brazil followed next with a total of 40,01,422 COVID-19 cases, and Russia has 10,09,955 cases. International clinical trials published yesterday confirmed the hope that cheap, widely available steroid drugs can help seriously ill patients survive COVID-19. Based on the new evidence, the World Health Organization issued new treatment guidance strongly recommending steroids to treat severely and critically ill patients, but not to those with mild disease. An analysis of pooled results from 7 studies led by a group from the World Health Organization found that steroids reduce the risk of death in the first month by about 1/3 compared with placebo treatment or usual care alone in these seriously ill patients who needed extra oxygen. The findings were published today in the Journal of the American Medical Association. The study concluded that each of the 3 drugs reduced the risk of death. The 4-day autumn session of the Assam Assembly concluded on Thursday with as many as 16 bills passed, out of which 3 bills, namely the Moran Autonomous Council Bill 2020, the Motok Autonomous Council Bill 2020 and the Komatapur Autonomous Council Bill 2020. Proposing the bills, Minister for Welfare of Plain, Tribes and Backward Classes Chandran Brahmo said these bills are meant for the all-round development of indigenous communities of Moran, Motok and Kos Razbonkis who are residing in various parts of the state. Another important bill passed was the Assam Skill University Bill. Proposing the bill, Industry and Commerce Minister Sondra Mohan Patwari said that the Asian Development Bank has sanctioned 900 crore rupees. The university will come up at a sprawling 100 bighas of land with an outlay of 900 crore rupees. There will be no question hour and private members' bills will not be taken up in the upcoming monsoon session of Parliament. The 0 hour will be restricted. Notifications issued by Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha secretariats said there will also be no breaks during the session, which will be held from 14th of this month till 1st of October. Both the houses will function on Saturdays and Sundays as well. In view of the COVID-19 pandemic, the session will be held in two shifts, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Except for the first day, the Rajya Sabha will sit in the morning shift and the Lok Sabha will sit in the evening. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi today said that the government has spoken in advance to all opposition parties for not holding question hour. Joshi said government is not running away from debates and will discuss all issues as decided by the Business Advisory Committee. In Arunachal Pradesh, a 7-member inter-ministerial central team visited flood-affected areas of East Siang and Lower Dibang Valley districts yesterday. The 7-member team also interacted with Chief Minister Pema Khandu during the visit to East Siang district. Earlier, Chief Minister Pema Khandu visited flood-affected areas of East Siang, which has been ravaged by Siang River flood. The Chief Minister was later joined by the visiting central team headed by Joint Secretary of Union Home Ministry K.B. Singh and inspected the damages caused by the monsoon. MP Tapir Gao and local MLAs Ninong Ering, Kaling, Mayong and others. Earlier, a central team also inspected the damages caused by the recent flood at the Dibang region and areas adjoining Sisiri River. Later, Deputy Commissioner also submitted a report on the infrastructural damages caused by the recent flood.
प्रोजेक्ट में स्टेट गवर्नमेंट से अराउंड 35 करोड़ हमने सैंक्शन किया था, मगर अनफॉर्चुनेटली इस बार का भी बारिश हैवी होने का कारण से उस पार को भी तोड़ के और ये बेल्ट अपना मेबो से लेके पूरा नामसिंग एरिया में काफ़ी डिस्ट्रक्शन हुआ है। तो इस चीज़ को लेके और अरुणाचल के बाकी जगह में भी काफ़ी डिस्ट्रक्शन हुआ है, तो मैंने एक मेमोरेंडम लिखा है भारत सरकार को। तो उस मेमोरेंडम को गौर करते हुए हमारा MHA का टीम आज अरुणाचल आया हुआ है। यहाँ पे पूरा टीम MHA का सीनियर ऑफिसर्स, उनके साथ में जितने भी जो एलाइड डिपार्टमेंट है उस सबका सीनियर ऑफिसर्स लोग यहाँ पे जायजा लेने।
In Meghalaya, following the state government order to close all entry points to the state on the first week of every month till November, there has been no hustle and bustle at the entry point in Rebhoy district since Tuesday. People manning the entry point as well as those engaged in the checking of the returnees are seen in a relaxed mood as there has been less flow of traffic except the vehicles carrying essential items. The same will continue till September 7. Deputy Commissioner of Rebhoy District R.M. Kurba today said that though the entry of people from other states and returnees had been restricted following the order, yet the stranded citizens are allowed to enter Meghalaya strictly within the stipulated time frame of 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. every day. The 37th edition of the Obhirusi Sports Day, which is organized on the occasion of the birthday of the first Arjuna Award-winning athlete from Assam, Bhogeshwar Borua, was celebrated centrally at Guwahati Press Club on Thursday. This year's Obhirusi Sports Day celebration was a low-key affair due to the prevailing COVID-19 pandemic situation. Borua was the first athlete from Assam who won gold medal in 800 meters running event of 1966 Asian Games held at Bangkok. Now, before we end the news, the headlines once again. Amid India-China border tensions, Army Chief General M.M. Naravane arrives in Ladakh today. Prime Minister Modi to deliver keynote address at third leadership summit of U.S. ISPF today. Rajnath Singh arrives in Russia to attend Shanghai Cooperation Organization Defense Ministers meet. COVID-19 spike continues across the country. Recovery rate improves to 77.09%. And government ready to reply to unstarred questions during monsoon session of Parliament. Government has spoken to all opposition parties for not holding question hour. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.